What you just heard was a two-chord song. And our lesson today is going to talk about how to play two-chord songs using the C and the G chord. G chord and the C chord. So last week we talked about the different parts of the guitar, the body, the neck, the head and tuning pegs, the sound hole, and of course the strings. And just a quick review, let's talk about the frets. We have the first fret, the second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, and so on. Just goes right down the neck. We call this part here the nut. And then, as far as the fingers go, we talked about numbering our fingers. First finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger. Pinky is the fourth. The index finger is the first. So you'll need to know that in order to read the chord charts. So on the strings of the guitar, here's the sixth string, that's the biggest one. The fifth string, the fourth, the third, second, and the first. The smallest we call the first string, our E. The largest is also E, but it's an octave lower, and that's the sixth string. Sixth, fifth, fourth, third, second, first. And your first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger. So let's take a look at the chord chart and work on our first chord so we can play the two-chord songs like Born in the USA, Frere Jacques, and others. We'll start with the C chord. And here's the one simply means you put your first finger on the second string, first fret. The 2 means you put your second finger, and 3 means you put your third finger. So when you read chord charts, I'm going to take it off the wall here. It's almost like you're taking the chord chart and laying it over your neck like this, where this is going to be your first string down here, and your sixth string is up on top. So that's one way to kind of get an idea of how to read chord charts. And of course, this line up here is your nut, this part here. So that kind of gives you a reference. I'm going to put the chord chart back here. So let's start with the first finger of the C chord. Take your first finger, put it on the second string, first fret. Now take your second finger, your middle finger, that goes on the fourth string, second fret, and your ring finger goes on the fifth string, third fret. So it looks just like that. When you strum, don't strum the top string, just strum the bottom 5. It just doesn't sound very good. Here's what it sounds like with all 6 strings. You know, that one note's kind of off. So you want to strum your bottom 5 strings. Sounds much better with your thumb. So let's try that again. 4 fingers. First finger, index, goes on your second string, first fret. Second finger, the middle finger, goes on your fourth string, second fret. And of course your ring finger goes on the fifth string, third fret. And that's the C chord. So what I would do when I get home is practice. I'm going to send the chord chart home with you. Practice taking your fingers and try to put them down on your guitar within 5 seconds. It'll probably take you about 30 to begin with. You'll be going, just kind of struggling. But as you do it more and more, and you get better and better and faster at it, where you don't even think about it, you just put the C chord down. So that's kind of our goal. So try to get it within 5 seconds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And work on the C chord. Now, to play our 2-chord songs, of course, we need another chord. So let's take a look at the G chord. And remember, a chord is just 2 notes, 2 or more notes, played together to create harmony. So when we play the C chord, we're actually playing 5 notes. So let's take a look at the G chord. So we'll have you zoom in on the G chord chart. And here they actually have it labeled, not 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. This is your biggest string, your smallest string. So we're going to start with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 1st string. So let's do that. Take your 3rd finger, one right next to your pinky, goes on the 1st string, 3rd fret, just like that. Now you're going to take your 1st finger, put it on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and your middle finger goes on the 6th string, 3rd fret. And with the G chord, you can strum all 6 strings. So let's do that one more time so you kind of get an idea. 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky's 4. Put your 3rd finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Take your 1st finger, your index, put it on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and your middle finger goes on the 6th string, 3rd fret. So it looks just like that. Strum all 6 strings. And again, I would go home and practice trying to get it down to 5 seconds, putting your fingers down. It'll probably be, like I said, it'll probably be 30 when you first start, and then eventually get it down to 5 seconds. It's kind of like spelling your name. When you spell your name, say it's Dan, you don't think D-A-N, you just you think Dan. And it's the same thing for guitar. When you put your chords down, you don't think, oh, my 1st finger goes here, 2nd finger goes here. You just put your fingers down. It's just automatic. And that just takes practice. So, let's do our first song, which is Are You Sleeping? So we're going to start with the C chord. Give you a little time to put that down. And strum just the bottom 5 strings. Let's do it together. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John, Brother John, morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding. Oh, gotta switch here to the G chord. I'll give you a little time. Remember, your 3rd finger goes on the 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then your middle finger goes on the 6th string, 3rd fret. Ding dong, ding ding dong. So that kind of gives you something to work on throughout the week. Again, I'd practice putting your fingers down the C chord and try to get it down to 5 seconds. Have all your fingers down. And remember, when you first play, it's probably not going to sound as clean and as crisp as my chords, but I've had a little more practice than you. So put your fingers down. It'll probably sound like this first. Don't get frustrated. The more you play, the more you'll build up calluses, and the more you'll feel comfortable putting a little more pressure down on your strings to get that nice, clean sound. So, thanks for joining me today. And next week, we'll work on Born in the USA and maybe Achy Breaky Heart. Take care.